when I really want to draw something, there's nothing around me, no distractions. Obviously, gotta have the music, otherwise, why are you alive? So you have that, and I'm drawing. So I start out with sketching.
My home is not a highway, a straight road to follow on well-known lone pavements. I roam through wide open space with no maps or foot tracks, no turn backs.
My name is Darney Markgraff. I am from Cape Town, South Africa, and I come from a little area known as the Cape Flats, Mitchell's Plain. And I think I define myself as an artist, but someone that's more so that dives into different things. You know what I mean? Can't really pinpoint exactly what I am, who I am, but because I like a lot of things, so I just think of myself as a creative person. So when I got to high school, I met this one teacher. She came in class with this huge afro, blonde afro, crazy. She was full of colors. She wore whatever clothes she wanted to wear. People used to look at her like, this lady was crazy, and I just admired that so much, and I wanted to emulate that in my life. And being an impressionable child, I always thought, hey, like that lady, I want to be like her. So yeah, that's when I started realizing, like, okay, there's a lady that's like me. She comes from the same background as me. She was from Portland. She spoke like me. She grew up like me. So it's possible for me to be like that, or somewhat like that. So as I got older, I saw people like that, gave me motivation, and despite my circumstances, I felt like, okay, this is my dream. I don't care where I come from, despite the, I would say, the examples around me. Like, I realized I know so little about other people and just about other perspectives than I thought I did initially. When I did things in my house, because I was very isolated growing up. My mommy didn't let me go outside, because of the area we lived in, and just my parents are very overprotective. So I only knew, like, the space of school, church, and family, and those perspectives on creativity were the only perspectives I knew. So when I came into this space, uh, I realized that people are passionate, very passionate. People are also sometimes very hard-headed. Some people don't want to hear anything else, and their way is the right way, which I love. The passion it's good, but there are other voices that also need to speak. I started using a lot of deep darks, pens and ink types of colors and stuff like that. And then as it moved to 2020, where I started discovering a bit more of myself, and embracing that, the difference and the contrast within my personality. I added more color to my art, and I think that sort of just, it tells a story that I couldn't necessarily say, because I feel like as an artist sometimes words spoil what you actually want to say. So that's why you don't say things, because it's hard for you to sometimes express it. That's why you draw, that's why you paint. So you could tell something, or say something that you couldn't say with your voice. I think what makes me unique as an artist is the stories that come with my experience. So, and this can be said for a lot of artists, like, no one knows yourself better than you. And I think Frida Kahlo said something along the lines of, like, she paints herself because that's the best subjects that she knows. So I was like, when I heard that, I thought, yeah, that is the reason why I do what I do. I don't really paint other things. Like, yes, I will paint things that I like, but there's always an element of yourself that you put into your art. whether you write, whether you draw, whether you dance, it's always you. And there's always an emotion that only you feel, or from an experience that you've gone through. So I feel like that is what adds that element of uniqueness to my art. And you won't, even if you look at my art, you won't necessarily say that I drew it. But once you maybe listen to the story behind something, or if you know who I am, you can connect and link the two together. I feel like there's more to the South African industry that can still be built. And I want to add to that. But also on that note, growing up, I always wanted to leave this country. Like, not that I hated it, it's just there was so much other things that I liked outside. Like, I wanted to go to Japan, and I wanted to go to Mexico, and I wanted to go to America, where we all wanted to go, just to see all these things I saw in the movies. And that's where I wanted to make my career. I wanted to live there. But then growing up and being in this creative space, I was like, you know what, there's so much stories to tell. There are too many stories to tell for us to only be going down this singular narrative. And now being here and embracing my South African heritage and all of these things, it makes me want to stay, and it just makes me want to contribute more to this industry. I also see myself creating a brand with just my art thrown all over it. It's just I really love fashion and art, and when it merges, something about it just speaks to me. So when I like it when clothes tell a story, and if you look interesting to me, I'm gonna talk to you. So having something like that just allows me to leave my mark on something. So I see myself around that area and adding a bit of that South African authenticity to it as well. In 10 years' time, I see myself essentially putting back into the community. So whether it be a course or a program, just the things that I didn't necessarily have around me when I grew up. I always wanted that outlet, I always wanted that guidance, and I feel in my community there is a lot of potential within these children that I could really see blossoming one day. And if I could just add something to that, I know that it will be okay. I know it sounds cliche, but in all honesty, that's what I want. And people that are in this creative space that have access to, you know, all of these creative elements that can bring it in the community, I feel like sparks can fly, and just there's gonna be a new element that people never seen before. So I'm hoping, I'm praying that will help elevate the inclusivity of our industry.
And if this is being lost, then may I never be found. I'm staying.